I'm Tucker Dennis, recovery coach here at Sunshine Coast Health Center in Pell River. Welcome back to part 2 of Rebuilding Relationships in Recovery. In addition to the material that was covered in the written portion this week, I just wanted to touch on 5 more steps in the healing process that were highlighted in the book of the same name that we're looking at in this series. So one of the first steps is being back in the body and controlling your thoughts. And we'll go back and touch on that a little bit later in the video as well. The second one is self-care and nurturing self-esteem. A very important step in recovering and in rebuilding relationships, bringing the focus back on yourself and your self-care and having a look at where your self-esteem is at and rebuilding that, nurturing it. The third one is connecting with sources of joy. So again, taking some time to think about what really brings you true joy and spend time focusing on that. The fourth one, establishing sources of pride in your life. So whether maybe you're a creative person and you haven't had a lot of time to focus on that, and it's very important to make time to do those things that bring you joy. The fifth one is self-rewards. And a lot of times, as we've talked about in previous videos, we don't really take the time to acknowledge ourselves for the work that we've done and are doing, and to reward yourself in meaningful ways. So I just want to go back now to the first step that I mentioned, which was being back in your body and controlling your thoughts. And the author mentions that under this step, it's really important to remember 3 key things. And the first one is that people choose their feelings. So, if you've said things like, and I know I have, you make me really mad, or what you did has made me very sad. Now that's not to detract from the things that we feel, that we can have valid feelings. But a lot of times we can just react to things. And maybe in choosing to respond, we can choose also how we're going to feel about something. The second one is that we cannot control anyone's behaviors. We cannot control the behavior of others. And especially when, if someone does not want to change, there's nothing that we can do about it. It's just remembering that we're all in control of our own behaviors and that we can't change the behaviors of others. That can be a very freeing thing when you really sit with that and accept it. The third point is that, and it's linked to the second point, that we can only control our own reactions to events. So again, we can't control anyone else's reactions but our own. And that really speaks to the fact that we can spend time with whatever is going on and get to a place of acceptance of what it is and find a comfortable place in it for ourselves, something that is nurturing and freeing, that acknowledges us and our own feelings, and then take that and move forward. An exercise that's noted in the book that I thought was very helpful, and I've used something similar in my own life, is when you find yourself feeling and thinking negative thoughts, to just sit with that momentarily, and then to close your eyes and visualize a box. And you can make the box whatever you want, as big as you want, as small as you want, tight lid, locks on it, whatever comes from you. And what you will do is to sit back and visualize opening the box and placing in it all of the negative thoughts and worries and things that detract from your life as far as living with someone in addiction or in early recovery. And there are a lot of exercises like that where we can visualize stopping those negative thoughts, or even the compulsions that you might have to investigate, be the warden, as we talked about in week 1, or maybe the compulsion to rescue or to save someone. So I just thought I would share that exercise with you, as I found similar exercises very helpful. Thank you for joining me this week, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks.